NNRG.
So I was a little too young back in the 80s and 90s, well, early 90s, to really get in on the Elvira fandom. In fact, I didn't even know Elvira was a thing until way later in life. But the whole, from what I understand, it's basically a combination of comedy and horror, but with an added layer of sultriness, like a lot of tongue-in-cheek. So this might be interesting, especially since I am familiar with the pinball games, and they are surprisingly on point in terms of what I just said. So we'll see how this goes. And this one's been got the copy protection taken out by nostalgia again. I've noticed that this group pops up a lot because oftentimes I end up having to download multiple copies of these games to get them working. Today's was no exception. This is the 5th download I went through in order to find one that was either not in some other language. In fact, most of them are not in English. And then one of the first English ones I found wouldn't even boot. Okay, so let's move on from the intro here, which has vertical scrolling, which is an interesting thing to see. Oh, and we got our trainers now, so as usual, everything's designed so you just have to hit no to keep things the way that should be. And that's it. Okay, so now we're properly loading into the game. And yeah, disk swap. No kidding, there's 4 disk images here. Kind of an interesting effect with the loading bar. Oh, that was fast. That was kind of an interesting effect with the loading bars, how it was doing just the little white bars or something. Although that's interesting. It's got the Flair Software logo, and it's got the moon with the clouds, which then morphs into the title. That's a neat bit of animation, at least as far as the C64 is concerned. I think this is all this does. So we just push fire. I think it was saying that at the bottom. So music fades out, and insert disc 1. Yep. I did have to read the manual for this game because it's a little obtuse. Yeah, and you can probably already tell just from the looks of this. All visitors report to the gatehouse. Okay. So yeah, we've got some basic stats here. The important one in terms of survival is life, or life, as it were. We got controls for movement here, and I think those are movement controls as well. And then these 3 options up here actually have nothing to do with what you might think. They're actually inventory controls. So you can see the inventory of the room, the inventory of your inventory, and the weapons you have equipped. And then over here are all the actions. So because we got a message, we have to clear it. Then we got our main controls here. We start with a little pouch. I don't think there's anything in there. Oh, and that's the other thing too. The way this works is backwards to the way you think. You have to click on what you want to interact with first. And oh wait, that didn't. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think I just clicked twice rapidly, and that's why it just immediately went to yeah, because it immediately does a look if you click on something and then click on it again. But if we want to perform an action on something, we have to click on it first and then click on the action we want to use. So, oh right, we already did the, oh, and I accidentally went forward. Oh, off to a great start, making a whole bunch of mistakes. I wanted to click on look in to see if there was anything in it. It's empty. Okay, never mind. And I think we want to go forward some more here, so we click the forward arrow. You receive a tap on your shoulder. Follow me, bellows a voice from behind. And there's a lot of loading in this game, but thankfully they're all really quick loads. You insolent dog, how dare you enter in here? Into the dungeons with you. Holy jeez, that guy's got one heck of a stare. Yikes. I think we just got put in a dungeon. Oh, there. I think that's Elvira there. Hey, you. Yes, you. let's get out of here. Follow me. So you were caught. Why is it I always get the dumb ones? I suppose you will have to do. Find the spell book. Some guy has gone and stolen it from me. You will have to be very careful on your travels, so be warned. Oh, by the way, I will give you a few items that you may find that you may be useful. Yeah, it's a little hard to read this text. And we did get a bunch of items. You'd better go to the courtyard. You will be much safer there. Hey, don't just hang about. Off you go. Okay, I don't know if I was doing Elvira's voice well or not. Probably not, because I have very little experience with anything she's in. Okay, so we're back to the main game, but we actually have some items now. So go to our inventory. So I think these are spells, even though they look like potions. And I think we got like a weapon or something. So actually it doesn't show. Oh, it already shows up in our weapons. Okay. So what have we got? Here we have a pain-free spell. I'm guessing saves us from pain, maybe? Palm light spell. Finger light spell. And a small dagger. Okay then. And I'm not 100% certain how equipping works, because if we hit use here, we just hear a little sound, and if we go to our weapons, like, it's already there. Like, I'm not sure how you select different weapons or anything, but maybe it'll become more obvious. So at this point, I guess it says we can go forward. It doesn't look like we can go forward, but then we can also turn around. And I think it only has to do a load if you actually change to another, like if you actually move forwards or such. So let's do that. Loading. And then that should put us closer to the wall, maybe? Like, I'm not 100, well, looks like it. Looks like we might have a door there. We can go back that way, or we can go towards that gate. Let's go towards that gate. Oh, and we got a guy. Can we click on them, or, what's going on? I'm suddenly in battle. How do I do this? Block, hack, he keeps hitting me. What? And I'm losing like every one of my points every time he hits. That's a... No, I got... Why am I getting a block icon when I'm hacking? Okay, I think I might have hit him or something. I don't think this is working out very well. Can we run? Do any of these buttons let me run? I don't think I can run from this. And I'm almost dead, and there we go. You're dead, sucker, and there's no apostrophe. Loading, so now what? Nope, I think that's supposed to be us. Play again. Wait a minute, it's a Commodore 64 game. There's no operating system to go back to. I'm actually kind of curious. What's going to happen if we hit end? Well, actually, no, this might be like a continue system or something. Because maybe that'll just bring us back to where we were. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't hit the end, because it might just be a continue thing. So let's hit play again. So where's it going to put us? Well, it gave us all of our stats back. And yeah, we've got all of our items still. They're not in the same order, but they're all there. Oh, yep, he is still there. Can I actually, like, get away? I think that actually worked. Yeah, it doesn't look like the... Okay, so if someone shows up that you would fight, but you want to get away from them, you kind of have to do it before battle ensues? Like, maybe once you start a battle, you can't escape from it, but you can still get away before battle begins? Well, I'm exploring around this courtyard a bit more here. Loading into another screen here. Are we gonna get anything interesting? No, I got a door. The doors were interesting. Well, I got a couple doors. I guess we can try this one with the hay next to it. See if that takes us anywhere. Okay, it looks like we're in some stables. There's a guy here. Doesn't look hostile. Clicking on him doesn't seem to do much of anything. I gotta walk up to him first. So, loading in. So, okay, we've got a guy here. That's not a guy. That's a werewolf. He just bit my face off. Okay, so first two encounters didn't go so well. Let's see if maybe our third encounter goes a little better. Although there's something I'm noticing. Take a look at the side panel with all the options on it. We've got open, close, lock, unlock, look in, examine, mix, eat, use, throw, pause, save, and load. Anyone notice a particular option that's missing that you would expect to find in an adventure game with a whole bunch of options on the side? Talk. There's no option to talk to anyone. That kind of gives me the impression that every single thing we encounter, be it a person, monster, whatever, is going to be hostile. So that's good to know. Basically, strike first, ask questions later. Oh, and apparently we need to do a disk swap to go through this door here. Okay then. Okay, loading into disk 2. Oh, and we got a guy here. So... Can we escape? Oh. Well, yeah, we can escape, but now we have to switch discs again. Ugh. Okay, so far, not a huge amount of luck going on. Can we do anything with the door? Oh! We opened the door. Okay, let's go in. See if there's anything in this room here that isn't going to immediately kill us or threaten our life or something. We got another door. When this one opens, and we got more passages? Like, there's a few too many doors here. But I'm gonna guess a lot of them don't. Oh no, this one opened. And we got, this is just another jail cell. Oh, wait, I think I found an interesting room here. Let's go inside and see what we find. Because we're definitely loading into a new section. Oh, this just takes us back outside. Okay, well, maybe this is where we want to be anyways. Okay, so turn to face the gate. Well, I clicked on the gate. Well, it's telling me change disk. So maybe we'll finally make some kind of progress here? Nope, it's just another... Oh, wait, we got this up arrow here. Where's that going to take us? Oh, that just puts us into battle. So I'm still not understanding these battle mechanics very well, even after reading the manual about it, but it seems like you have to get like certain timing down to attack an enemy. Like the idea is you've got a hack and a block. You have to hit the hack at specific timing, and if you do that, you either damage the opponent or prevent their attack from hitting you. Like, I think these are just him blocking. I think that actually hits. But the problem is I can't see his life bar. And then when it turns to a shield, you have to hit the block button to get back to sword mode so that you can continue hacking. This is basic. That's what I read in the manual. Although the timing is weird because if I hit the button as he starts swinging, then I'll never hit him. But the manual says that's when you're supposed to hit the button. So what I actually have to do is I have to hit the button surprisingly early. But then if I hit it too early, then I don't hit him at all. So there's definitely some kind of rhythm to this timing here. And yeah, I'm basically lost all my stats by this point. The problem is when you get hit, you lose all of your stats. Like, it's not just life that goes down, it's everything. So I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to win this. Like, I've hit him a number of times, but according to the manual, some of these enemies have ridiculous number of hit points. At least when contrasted to how many times it takes one of these enemies to hit me in order to... Oh! I wasn't expecting to win that. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take a win. Even though I'm, like, mostly dead by this point. We do have that inventory of stuff, though. Like, what were these spells again? One of them was finger light, one of them was palm light, and the other was pain-free. What about this pain-free? What if we use that? It gave me some skill points and restored some strength. My life points are still down. Well, I guess I got nothing to lose at this point. Let's try using... Which one was this again? Palm light. So if we use palm light... Oh, that's like a lightning attack? Interesting. And then this was finger light. So if we use finger light... Yeah, it's another kind of attack of some sort. Interesting. So maybe we can attack enemies before we actually have to engage them. That could be useful. Well, the only option I have is this up arrow here. So I wonder where this is going to take us. I guess trying to go up got the enemy's attention the first time. Ooh, we got some nifty animation there for a moment. Didn't last very long, but, you know, can't complain about some nifty 3D animation. Is this a dropping off point after going up the staircase? Maybe? Well, we do have a door we can go through. We have a couple doors we can go through. Okay, so let's go through one of them. Go a little further. Okay, so we're going between towers, and oh, we got one of these butt heads. So let's do use some of that magic there. Okay, that hit. Let's use the other magic. Okay, well, there goes my magic. Hopefully that did something. Maybe make this battle easier. And that didn't go so well. I got a lot of hits in, but I ultimately did not survive that. It wants me to put disc 1 back in before it allows me to potentially continue or not. Like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I guess we're gonna find out now if that whole play again actually is a full restart or not. Like, it doesn't seem like it should be a full restart, but I don't know, this is looking like a full restart to me. Yeah, it's a full restart. So then what happens when you hit no? Like, why would you ever hit no in a Commodore 64 game? The reason for a quit screen to have a yes or a no option is so that you can go back to your operating system afterwards. That doesn't make sense here. There's no operating system to go back to. Well, I guess you could technically go back to basic, but that never happens. I don't know of any Commodore 64 games that do something like that. Okay, well, you know what this means. We're gonna have to find out what that freaking no option does, because why would it exist? It doesn't need to exist. I'm very curious what saying no is going to do. So let's get into this battle here with this guard here. It's gonna load up. Okay, and I'm just gonna let him slice my face off. In fact, let's warp speed it a little, just so it goes by a bit faster. And then turn on, well, a little more. Okay, so life goes down to 0. You're dead, sucker. And now, the moment of truth. What happens if we select no as our play again option? Okay, now it's asking, are you sure? Well, okay, wait. So what happens if I hit no again? Okay, so play again, no. Are you sure? No is the same as hitting play again, yes. Which I guess makes sense, but now we gotta figure out why is it being so obtuse about continuing the gameplay? Okay, one more time. You're dead, sucker. Loading. Play again. No. Are you sure? Yes. What is it going to do? It literally did. Oh my gosh. I have never, ever seen any game for an 8-bit home computer of any kind. Like, DOS makes sense. It makes sense for DOS because of the way that was designed. Because DOS itself was not a programming language. But, like, I have never seen a Commodore 64 game do that. It just booted us right back into BASIC. That is crazy. But yeah, those guards are way too difficult to deal with, but I'm trying to think, like, what else would there would even be to see. Because, like, I mean, if the guards are the only enemy, there has to be something, like, okay, if I go back to the manual here, like, you're not going to see this, but if I go back to the manual and actually go and look up the stats of some of the enemies, it's basically, it doesn't have anything in here about guards, quote unquote. Instead, it's listing things like soldiers and knights and skeletons and captains. But the thing is that they all have incredibly high stats compared to what I'm starting with. But apparently there's also monsters in the game. And it's like, none of those are monsters. Well, I guess skeletons, but if it was just skeletons, there wouldn't be just a generic section, 3 paragraphs of a generic section dedicated to monsters. So it's like, I don't know. Now, granted, the instructions also indicate that the colors of opponents determine how difficult they can be. So, like, I mean, if we go up here, there was an enemy here. This one's blue. And I'm pretty sure the blue guards killed us pretty easily. Okay, I never did go this way. I think this might be like a blacksmith or something. Oh, it's a green guard. Never mind. Let's not face the green guard. Hang on. Hang the frick on. Okay, so near this hay pile and other door that we went through, if we go forward, well, let me just go back again. Come on, go, okay. It doesn't look like there's anything here. Yet if we go forward and turn to the right, suddenly there's a gate. And it looks like there's no kind of castle behind here. Like, maybe this is where we were supposed to go all along, and Roby the castle was just stupid? Can we actually go through here? Can we actually go through here? What if we turn to this side? Do we see anything if we turn to the side? Wait, what? I turned sideways and suddenly we're in a convenience store full of medieval equipment. I guess that's my kind of store. Like, can we just pick up everything? Well, actually, I'm noticing none of these are, none of these options are coming up when we go click on any of these, so I don't think we're allowed to get any of that stuff, which is lame. Oh, this is the room that guy was in. There's nothing here now. Or no one here now. Wait, something's happening. Oh, and we're already in battle again. But this guy looks a little crazy. Maybe he's gonna be a lot easier to deal with? Actually, I just noticed that this particular person's hits for an extremely large amount of damage compared to everything else. So I don't think we're going to win this fight. So maybe going through the gate wasn't the correct course of action. Maybe. Actually, maybe I was onto something with that store that we found. I'm going to go back there, because there's something I just noticed here. Take another look at the list of commands at the side here. Remember earlier when I was saying that there's no talk command? There's another one that's missing from the list. Get. Where's the command to actually get something? Like, if we go back to our inventory here, something I noticed when I clicked on an item is that before I let go of the fire button, it turns into this hand icon. I wonder if maybe, like, we see this double-headed axe here. Like, what if I click, drag? Holy crap. That actually worked. That actually worked. Oh, okay. That's how you pick up things. You have to drag it in, even though there's no graphic for it happening. Wow, that is so obtuse. Okay, now I gotta double check the manual because I'm almost certain I didn't read that in the manual. No, there's a paragraph in the manual about collecting things and it blatantly explains how to do it. I completely skipped over that. I think part of the reason I completely skipped over that is because I already saw the game interface and was thinking to myself, oh, we've got options on the side. You just click on the options you're supposed to use. It didn't occur to me that there would be like movement-based commands and holding the button down and stuff like that when you've got all these options at the side. Let's see if we can find a green guard. Trying to remember where any green guards were. Not in there. In there was the werewolf. I think there was a green guard in the blacksmith area. Yeah, we got a green guard. Okay, so let's first use our potions to make things easier. Which one was this? This one's finger light, so we'll use that. If we have time to use it. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of this guard a lot better than the last times. Now that I've got a better weapon, I've got a shield of some sort. Oh, wow. That went so much faster. That guard died in like 7 or 8 hits. Maybe a little more. I wasn't paying super close attention. I was just trying to not die, right? Okay, so I guess that's how we actually get anywhere. Oh, we got a wooden box here. Let's look inside it. And inside the wooden box, we have a crucible. Ooh. Okay, so I think what we have to do is we have to drag this crucible somewhere in order to put it into our inventory. Okay, I finally got it in my inventory. That's actually kind of tricky to do. When you're dragging objects, to get it into your inventory, you actually have to put the hand cursor on the inventory option, which is weird and bizarre, but that's apparently how you're supposed to do it. Red one is palm light, so this one should be pain-free. So let's use the pain-free, which, yep, gives me more strength and dexterity, which should make it easier to battle the enemy in here. At least I'm hoping that's how it goes. 7 hits that time. So I think that particular enemy was a little weaker, but he got a lot of hits off on me. As you can see, my strength and dexterity and life all went back down a bit, but skill went up. And I think if I'm remembering from the manual correctly, skill was basically a trait that continues to go up as you succeed and then just makes things better for you. The only thing I'm confused about here is that if I pick this dagger here and use it, the skill doesn't change. And same with if I pick the axe and use it. But skill is supposed to be based on what weapon you're using. And the manual makes it clear you select what you're using by selecting it and hitting use. And that's why my resistance went back up, is after battle you have to use your shields and stuff again to get your resistance to the stuff back up. So I'm not entirely certain how that's working out there. But yeah, basically skill just adds to how effective your weapons are. And it's supposed to be different for each different weapon you find. The idea being that you become more skillful with a weapon as you use it more. Okay, so I've been playing this for over an hour now. And yeah, I've barely made any progress because this seemed really obtuse to start, but there is a logic to it. So I mean, this is not an impossible game. It's just, it's got some weirdness to it. Let's put it that way. So I guess this is one of those games where if you had a lot of time to kill, you could definitely get into it in terms of its mechanics and everything. But it's very tricky getting used to the combat system because it's all timing. And this is a nice view here. I can't seem to click on anything, but that's okay. I'm okay with leaving it with a view like this. So yeah, that was Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. One of the 3 Commodore 64 games with Elvira in it. So maybe one of the other 2 will show up on the show someday. As for this one here, it's not terrible, but it definitely takes some getting used to.